and look for the icon for emergency notifications. U.S. Border Patrol agents assigned to the Wilcox station assisted the Benson Police Department with a vehicle stop on I-10. During the stop, the driver openly admitted that there were 2 migrants hiding behind the driver's seat. Both the driver and passenger, both U.S. citizens, were subsequently arrested and now face criminal charges. The City of Douglas and Arizona at Work is hosting a job fair today until 2 p.m. at the Douglas Visitor Center. That's at 345 16th Street in Douglas. The Hispanic Heritage International Festival takes place at Veterans Memorial Park Saturday from 10 until 4. This is a day of endless live entertainment, train rides, kids' activities, information, food, and artisan booths. Admission is free. And the Sierra Vista Community Connect is next Tuesday from 10 until 1 at the Ethel H. Berger Center. This is a one-stop shop resource center offering a wide variety of assistance to anyone who's in need. Featured services include housing, mental health treatment, Better Box, food services, and reentry help. There will be a community meal and necessities giveaway as well. Ken Robinson, Town Square Media News.
First Watch Now.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler. First Watch on 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and with me this morning is Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Grady. How are you?
I'm doing well, and yeah, Carol's not here today, and we always miss when she's not here.
I know it's so lonely. Her chair is vacant. It's not the same. It's just not the same, but we wish her well.
We miss you, Carol. Okay, so let's start with football. Last week was homecoming for Buena.
Homecoming, they pulled it off, and Buena sits at 5-0. I mean, a lot of hype on there, and they should be. I mean, Coach Thomas, congratulations to him, his coaching staff, and all the football players and the community that have rallied behind Joe Thomas for years. So this is a good start for Buena, but they start conference play tonight. They're playing Marana. Marana was a 6A team. They're down at 5A again. They're not having the season they had in the last few years, which is good for Buena. Buena's got a really good opportunity to go 6-0 tonight, and so we will see what happens. But this also should be more of a competitive game that we're looking for tonight when Jeff and I and Val call the game tonight. So we'll see what happens, but hopefully you tune in for us. 6:30 is pregame, 7 o'clock is kickoff. Should be a good game. If you can't tune in with us, go to the game.
And you can hear Sheriff call the game tonight on KWCD 92.3, or you can also download the radio station app and listen to it that way. Well, let's start with another event that was last weekend, Dine Under the Stars.
Dine Under the Stars, the U of A South Foundation. Great event. It was sold out, 216 tickets. Just a nice event. Everybody came there. They came there with a purpose as a fundraiser. They all kicked out, threw some money out there. I think they did very well. But I just want to say Callie and Rachel and everybody put that together. Thank you so much. Gary, the president of U of A South, Gary Packard, thank you guys for what you do for our community, our education system here. Again, great event. Thank you for the opportunity to let me participate in that.
And the Sheriff's Office also had a wonderful time at the Cochise County Fair.
Good event, Cochise County Fair. I thought the attendance was down a little bit, but I just read this week that it was actually up. But either way, it was a nice, well attended. It's America's tradition, county fair, and again, that was our 99th county fair here in Cochise County. Talked to a lot of people, and I just want to say to my men and women out there and to the public, thank you. A lot of praise from the public. 99.9% of everybody I talked to, strangers, people I've never met a lot of nice people here at the fair, but they were so appreciative of what the Sheriff's Office does for the community. I redirect that statement back to the men and women that worked at the Sheriff's Office for what they do every day, and thank you. It's a great community to serve.
And also, we're pretty excited about a Cochise College groundbreaking that happened this week.
We are. And this shout-out goes to the Cochise College Governing Board, all the members there, to include President Rottweiler and his team, Dr. Perry, everybody over at Cochise College for being a true partner and believing in public safety, both for police, fire, EMS, law enforcement, all the way through, however you want to look at it, when it comes to a groundbreaking ceremony we did last Monday, and that was for the new firearms training complex and student housing. And this was funds that we got through Senator Dave Gowan. It went to the college through the efforts of President Rottweiler and Senator Gowan to lock in a rural community college. And I said this when I spoke last Monday, is the fact that when we can actually provide modern-day resources It helps our recruitment. It helps our retention. It makes us more attractive to bring new deputies, new officers, new troopers, all the folks that wear a badge here, and our federal agents to live, work, because this is home to them. So thank you to the college. We have a brand new facility here. They think it's going to open around January of 2025. So again, we're really excited. And that brings our police law enforcement academy here to Sierra Vista campus. We're going to pull it out of the Douglas campus, but it's a modern day facility. It's exciting to have that. It truly is.
And you also wanted to give a shout out to CASA.
CASA. Last night they had their CASA, Court Appointed Special Advocacy. These are the folks that volunteer their time to work with kids in need. Truly, the Court Appointed Special Advocacy are kids in court care that need that adult guidance. And these volunteers, so many within Cochise County, Graham and Greeley, come together. That's part of our CASA region. Come together to help these kids, and they spend a lot of their own personal time and a lot of their own personal finances to help these kids. I sit on the CASA board, advisory board, and we raise funds to help kids in need. Whether we want normalcy with kids. So if we have to buy them a bike, we have to buy them computers, if we have to get them into tutoring, whatever it may be, we want these kids to experience normalcy because something happened in their life, no fault of theirs. We want to make sure we get them back on track. So thank you to all the volunteers from CASA, Abby, who's the director for Cochise County CASA. Thanks for what Abby does, Abby Dodge, and everybody else that sits on the advisory board and volunteers.
And the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, tomorrow they're having their Southeast Arizona Hispanic Chamber of Commerce event at Veterans Park. It starts at 10 o'clock in the morning. It goes to, I believe, 5, 6 o'clock that night. But they're going to have stuff all day long. So, again, if you got nothing going on tomorrow, please come out, embrace this event. They've been planning this for 6, 7 months. I know Gunny from Gunny's Barbecue is going to be out there feeding everybody and everything he does to support the community, and so many other community leaders. I know a lot of council members from Sierra Vista City Council, Mayor McCall, are going to be out there providing support. We're going to have a booth out there, the Sheriff's Office. I'll be out there, again, just to show support for our community and this great event.
And another event that's coming up is this Sunday. It's the Bearcat Pole for Special Olympics.
Yes, that's Sunday. Again, great cause. We're going to have 3 teams. We're going to have, and they're coming out of our volunteer side. So 2 of the teams, we're going to have a male team out of Search and Rescue. We're going to have a female team out of Search and Rescue. And then CCOM, our Regional Communication Center, is going to have a team. So there'll be 3 teams representing public safety at the event on Sunday. But again, Border Patrol's led the charge on this pole. Every year they ship them in trailers, these agents. They're huge, is what I'm saying. I say that in fun. But they ship them in here, and let me tell you. But we're going to go have some fun. We're going to support a great cause. That's Sunday at Veterans Park coming up.
Yep, starts at 9 a.m. And even if you don't have a team, you can go watch the poll because it's a lot of fun. And then the kids also get to poll. And that thing is a big Bearcat, and it's fun to watch everybody.
It is fun. And, again, it goes for a cause, and it's a great cause. So please come out and support public safety at this event on Sunday.
Another event that you can support public safety is National Night Out. That's coming up on Tuesday at Veterans Memorial Park.
And that's always a well-attended event. And that's public safety, state, local, and federal. Our volunteers, our paid folks. I mean, any capacity of public safety will be there. Your firefighters, EMS folks, the AirVac folks, and everybody joins in this. It's a great event, and it's for us to spend some time with the community we serve. And that's what's going to happen Tuesday. I believe it kicks off at 5:30, 5 o'clock at Veterans Park. Come on over, say hi to your fellow law enforcement, your firefighters, your EMS folks, and let's have some fun on Tuesday night.
And this is another event that's kind of in the future, but tickets are now available for the Cochise County Sheriff's Charity Ride.
Our 11th annual charity ride. This year we're giving $50,000. There's on our Facebook, we already have a commercial running on that. We get a lot of people come out and support that. It's the first Saturday, it always is, in November. This year, each charity gets $10,000, and that's Good Neighbor Alliance. Brad and the team over there do so good, and we're going to talk about them in a minute. Hearts of Gold, Animal Haven, helping animals, Warrior Healing Project, helping our vets, Real Wishes Foundation, just overall helps the community in so many different projects. And Animal Rescue Connection, again, another connection toward our animals, keeping our animals safe out there. So, again, thank you, but we need your participation to come on out and help support it. So if you have a motorcycle, a side-by-side, an off-road Jeep, or some kind of off-road vehicle, come on out, and you can register at cochise.az.gov/sheriff. You can register online, and we hope to see you on November 4th.
And also, there's a lot of cool raffles that go on that day as well. There's safes, gun safes. There's toolboxes, so many cool things.
Oh, I mean, Sergeant Ray McNeely leads the charge all the way back to Allison Hatfield that put this together 11 years ago, and I always got to give her a shout-out because this was her brainchild. This is her seed. She planted, she grew it. We've continued that process, and let me tell you, the money we've given back to the community through the community, and I want to give a big shout-out to Lawley's, Sean and Bob over at Lawley's, and I also want to give a big shout-out to American Southwest Credit Union for being partners in this. We couldn't do it without those two organizations stepping up and being our partners. Jay over there at the credit union, and Brian prior to that. I mean, the leadership they provide. But this is just our way at the Sheriff's Office, giving back to the community and helping these nonprofits grow within Cochise County.
Here's an interesting story from this week. There was a bear that broke into a house in Bisbee.
Yeah, got a lot of hype, understandably so, because we're dealing with animals. And I'm a huge animal lover, I'll just say that. But sometimes we got to do things that are difficult. And this animal had broken into a home, had a previous break-in. I know it sounds like we're talking about a human here, but a previous break-in. But when feral animals start breaking into homes, we consult experts. We consulted Game and Fish. We consulted our USDA folks who made the decision to put the bear down. And listen, nobody wants that. I don't want that. But when it comes to human safety, we have to do what's right. And this was a tough thing, folks. I know there's people upset about it, but those were collective decisions to protect you. And again, my heart goes out to that little bear, too, just like it does by many in the listening to the show this morning. But the bottom line is we had to do what was right for the people.
Well, let's talk about the border now, and I understand that you have some new border stats that you wanted to get out to the public.
Yeah, this week in San Diego, the border sheriffs and many others came together to include our federal partners to talk about the border. Border's a hot topic right now. I'll just say that it's a super hot topic, all for the right reasons. People have a right to be concerned. Borders is what protects communities, protects citizens, and there's a big question mark in why this is happening. So in 2023, these are federal stats from October 1st as we come close to closing out the year here. Apprehensions over 2.1 million. And these stats, by the way, came from CBP. We just got these this week. Juveniles or unaccompanied minors was at 130,000. Now, I heard that number is really, it's a lot more than that, but that's what we got. Deaths, these are migrants that have come across the border illegally, had died on U.S. soil, was 680. Gotaways, that's the ones that we see, and that's what impacts Cochise County the most, was over 600,000. These are people we have no idea who they are. They're now running somewhere around the United States. The 2.1 million, the turnbacks, these are people that are turned back, was 135,000 out of 2.1 million. And that's my interpretation of what I'm seeing here. Rescues were over 40,000 rescues. Drugs are off the chart. I'll just tell you, like fentanyl, over 28,000 pounds of fentanyl. Think about a pill, and then you equate that. That's incredible. This week we hit a sad mark in history and in our time. Was 11,000 plus per day of encounters. These are people that are coming across the border uncontested, that are running to Border Patrol, running to law enforcement, and say, I'm here. That's incredible numbers. That's what's fracturing the infrastructure at the border. It truly is. 160 terrorists were apprehended on the southwest border in the last year. And then over 18,500 serious criminals were apprehended on the border. And people are saying, well, that's great stuff. What about the 600,000 that we have no idea who they are? And that's a nominal number. That's what we know that we've seen. Most of them we don't even see on that. And so, again, it kind of gives you an idea what's going on the border. Here in Cochise County, we've got to curtail where they're not dropping off like they were. A lot of that came from all the mayors, all the mayors in the county, the police chiefs, Brian McIntyre, county attorney, my office, myself. We have been standing tall on that, trying to keep this from happening because I don't agree with it. We have enough basic essentials for the people who live here. Plus, you look at the public safety side of this. People say, wow, these are humanitarian. There is humanitarianism. But when people have to survive, what's that mean to public safety? So, again, right now they're doing it virtually is what I understand. Again, how long this lasts or how long can we sustain this, I don't know. As long as the numbers keep pushing on the border, as I was told, there is no end game, and it's only going to get worse. So, folks, you have my commitment. You have me standing steadfast with you, the citizens, and law enforcement, our mayors, that we're going to do everything we can. And that goes for Brian McIntyre, our prosecutor. To those that violate the law, the state violations, will be held accountable in this county.
And that segues us right into pursuits.
It does. Sadly, it's been a rough week. It's been a rough week on failure to yields and pursuits. This week I was involved in one of them where a car, the guy is a fugitive. It was listed as armed and dangerous. He ran from DPS. DPS lost him. CCSO picked it back up. He went through an intersection at Ramsey and 92, and I was trying to clear the intersection at 7:30 in the morning. I hate to say it, 100 miles an hour came into the intersection. 100+ miles an hour, and you know how deadly that can be. Those are deadly speeds. Our job was just to protect the citizens and try to stop this guy. So we're working on that this week. I got to check and see if we got him into custody. We know who he is. We're going after him. He's a fugitive too. So we're going to get this guy, and there should be something on our Facebook if it's not already out there, and I haven't checked, looking for this guy to help us get this guy in custody. He is from Cochise County, so we want to get him in custody. I don't care if he's from Phoenix. We want to get him in custody.
And what do you say to the citizens when they see a pursuit happening or they see lights behind them? What do they need to do right away?
I continue to say it, and the public has been so good. We have some missteps just because we had people involved maybe didn't see. This weekend, last week when we had the one I was involved with, we actually had the intersection blocked. My car's in the middle, lights are on, and sadly we had a school bus come into the intersection. Folks, you got to pay attention, and I'm not being mean. Everybody's got to pay attention, and because that's how we save lives. And same thing here. If you see red or emergency lights, pull the right and stop. Don't try to guess what it is. Don't try to guess, well, I'm okay, I'm far enough away. Folks, pull over and stop. It could be deadly if you don't. And we had another pursuit this week where they crashed into one of my patrol cars. They tried to run over one of my deputies. Folks, I'll just tell you, I'm really fed up with all this. I really am. And what bothers me the most is the fact that we can't get any support out of Washington, D.C. We can. And that's not a political statement. That's a factual statement. That's a true factual statement. Our president was in the county or in the state this week. I keep saying this is, you're going to go walk a picket line like our president did this week. How about walk our border line, too, and stand united with the state, federal, and local law enforcement doing everything they can to protect this country.
Well, let's move to your stop of the week, and it ends up with a shout-out to Good Neighbor Alliance. Tell us about that.
It is. Brad Rowling, who runs Good Neighbor Alliance, retired commander from Sierra Vista Police Department, giving back to the community. For so many years wearing a badge, and now through him and his team over Good Neighbor Alliance. So I got notified through a good friend from Border Patrol, one of the leaders from Border Patrol, works out of the Tucson sector, got a hold of me about a gentleman that's living under the overpass at 90 and I-10. Long story short is, she's trying to help him. She got with me. She's working with Good Neighbor Alliance. He's working with Good Neighbor Alliance, trying to get him housed and get him assistance. I went up and saw him this week with Tom Lee and my chief of staff. We went and saw him, trying to figure out his life. I got my SAT team with our dislodgement, which is a program that lodges people that are in bad times, in need. So we're working on that. We're trying to get his dog shots. He wants to get his dog some current rabies shots and stuff. He has a dog up there. By the way, this man, I spent about an hour with him up there under the bridge talking to him about how he got here. He's from the East Coast. What can we do to make his life better? That's tough. I mean, tough in a rural county like we're talking about. So we're working on some pretty good things. I want to thank Chris from Border Patrol. I want to thank my team for stepping up and trying to help here. It looks like we might have got his shots taken care of for his dog, and everybody out there should say, hey, that's great, you know, and we're working on getting him housed up to Good Neighbor Alliance. So that's my shout out. Thank you, Good Neighbor Alliance. They do so much for the community. It's one of a kind shelter in Cochise County, one of its kind, and so we do, and that's one of our charities for the charity ride this year is Good Neighbor Alliance. We're going to give them $10,000 to keep doing the good work that they do.
And your safety message of the week also comes with a warning about phones.
Well, it does. And one of my traffic stops of the week was, and I had a ride along with me. She's going to be on the show in just a few minutes here. We're excited about it. But was somebody, I had a couple this week, driving down the road at 55 miles an hour with a cell phone in your hand in the middle of the steering wheel while you try to drive and navigate traffic, and you got a cell phone. Folks, I'll just say that is illegal. And I'm just going to give you the warning. I said this a couple weeks ago. We're going to have some interdiction details coming up. Well, we're going to go out for those folks that are, and that's all we're looking for, is you have a cell phone in your hand or you're navigating a cell phone. Remember, it's supposed to be hands-free. But if you're navigating a cell phone, it'll be a zero-tolerance approach. We got to do a better job with that. We really, really do. And I get it. We got a lot going on. but that's a public safety threat too. When you're driving at 65, 55 miles an hour with a cell phone in your hand and your eyes are not on the road, but on your texting, it takes your mind away from what you need to do. So we're going to do some efforts on that. You're going to see that coming.
So you have a ride-along, and how did this person become a ride-along with you today?
So Catherine, who's here in the studio today, she actually bought me at a charity event to spend a day with the sheriff. So we had a great ride-along. So part of the ride-along is I always tell them that you have the opportunity to come and get on the show, First Watch on Friday morning. She's chosen to do that. And I'll just say this too. The people that do the ride-along are usually people that have done so much for the community. They're well known in the community. They give back to the community in ways that most people don't even know about. So that's one of the reasons I like to have them on the show, because they can kind of sell themselves. Most of them are very humbled. They don't want to do that. But I push that because Catherine's another one that gives back so many ways to Cochise County, the people in need in this county. So that's who rolled with me, and she's going to talk more here in a few minutes.
So Catherine, so you have a job. What is your job?
I'm a full-time realtor at Long Realty, which I'm proud to be a realtor at Long Realty. And one of the reasons I do a lot of volunteer work is I feel that the clients and friends I've met through my profession as a realtor has made me want to give back to this community. So one of my first volunteer undertakings was joining Search and Rescue more than 12 years ago. And that's been a wonderful, wonderful experience for me. I also we have a charity at Long Realty that's called the Long Cares Fund, and we raise funds. Most of the realtors at Long Realty contribute to this fund, and in that way the Long Cares Foundation is also able to give a lot to the charities in need. And there are just other parts of this community that I love. I'm a member of the Wauchukee Astronomy Club. Our Astronomy Club brings a lot of wonderful people to our community, and that's what I do.
So what's the favorite part about the ride-along with the sheriff today?
I know Sheriff Daniels, so I love spending the day with him. And I'm not supposed to say so far it's been mild, because we don't say that. But I've seen a lot of territory that I have not actually been able to see before. So it's been wonderful, and learning more about our community.
Well, we appreciate all the volunteer work and everything that you do for our community. So thank you, and congratulations on winning the Sheriff's Ride-Along.
Well, I thank you.
All right, Sheriff, before you go, let's invite everybody to Cochise County football tonight.
Tonight, Cochise County, Buena going for 6-0 tonight, taking on the Marana Tigers. Pre-game 6:30, kickoff at 7. Please tune in with us.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
This just in. The story of who really owns your electric company. The real owner of your electric company is you. Yep, if you get your electricity from Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, you are a member and an owner. And you enjoy member benefits like the right to vote in co-op elections, the free services of expert energy consultants who can help you use less electricity. Plus, any and all profits are eventually returned to members like you. There are no shareholders or investors. We work for you to bring safe, reliable, affordable energy to the region, now and into the future. And truth be told, all of this isn't really a news flash. It's been going on for more than 80 years. So who really owns your electric company? We do. Exactly right. Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, owned by those we serve. For more information, visit ssvec.org.
High Desert Clinic is Sierra Vista's most trusted provider for urgent and occupational care services. We offer x-rays, strep and flu tests, and we're able to treat several minor illnesses. Don't go to the ER and wait when you can stop by and get seen quickly by our professional and understanding staff. We are now offering CDL physicals and $35
685-8907 and make your reservations for the most relaxing and delicious evening the High Desert can offer.
The It's First Watch Now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative, giving you an inside look into your sheriff's office. I'm Grady Butler, and now Carol Kappas has joined us. The sheriff's gone, but Sheriff had some extra stuff that he wanted us to put out.
He did. So welcome back, Cochise County. We're so excited to talk to you today, and sorry for my tardiness. I don't know what that's a thing. I was on Carol time. But last night there was an incident where a deputy got injured, and everybody probably heard a little bit about this somewhere along the way. And the sheriff had a statement that he wanted to make sure that everybody knew. So if you just bear with me for a minute, he's already gone. So the Cochise County Sheriff Mark Daniels. This evening, during an interdiction attempt to stop a smuggler driver fleeing law enforcement, one of my deputies was in the process of deploying spikes and fell 15 feet, resulting in serious injury. Life-saving measures to include rescue efforts were applied. The deputy was flown by helicopter to a Tucson trauma center. Tonight, my immediate concern is that medical care for my deputy and embracing the deputy's family is available. This is the third time in the last several days where my deputies and citizens have been placed in harm's way by reckless and violent criminal smugglers due to the border being neglected by those entrusted in Washington, D.C. to protect Americans. Enough is enough. Please join me in prayers for our deputy and his family. Sincerely, Sheriff Mark J. Daniels. We have that posted on our Facebook, and we also have where we're looking for our community's help and finding another smuggler from a few days ago who was in the Sierra Vista area in a very populated location. He was driving at speeds over 100 miles an hour after being initially stopped by a law enforcement agency, and he fled from the vehicle in Canyon de Flores, and we're still looking for him. So take a look at our Facebook page, take a look at his name. It's Emmanuel Jimenian, and he's 32 years old, Sierra Vista resident. If you know where he's at, give us a call. Please contact 911. Do not approach him or call the non-emergency number of 520-803-3550. And back to the incident last night, we really want to tell everybody how much we appreciate their dedication and their efforts to make sure that we had a successful outcome on this. We had multiple law enforcement agencies. We had air support, Sierra Vista Police Department, Department of Public Safety, Cochise County Sheriff's Office, obviously, U.S. Border Patrol, Homeland Security, and also CECOM. They did an amazing job with having their people make sure that they were keeping all the crazy together and relaying information and keeping people safe. So thank you to everyone who was participant in this and getting our particular family member, our deputy, out of that area and to a hospital in Tucson. We don't have an update on his condition yet, but we appreciate all your thoughts and prayers.
And also we want to let everybody know that there's a couple of more upcoming events coming up in our community. There's some parades in Wilcox and in Benson.
So get ready. So we're going to pop first really quickly with tomorrow. We're going to have the Hispanic Heritage Festival in Sierra Vista. We'll be out there, people. So come and take a look. It's one of the things that Sheriff Daniels is going to be in part of the ribbon cutting ceremony at 10 a.m. So it starts at 10, goes through 4. We'll have a booth out there, and we'll have some giveaways. You'll be able to talk to our people, see what's going on, get a feel for what we have available in law enforcement. And then the 7th, which is already October, coming up next weekend, we have Rex Allen Days in Wilcox. We're going to be in that parade, so get ready. I think that then following that is October 14th, Butterfield Stage, and we're still trying to determine if we're going to have Grady drive the Hellcat.
I want to. This is so cool.
Well, if you do, you have to come back.
That's true. I have to, yeah.
Yes. So come take a look. We're going to be in a lot of different places throughout Cochise County. We just had the Cochise County Fair, the 99th annual, and we appreciate everybody coming and seeing us there.
Lots of events, and we appreciate all the support we get when we're out there. So thanks for coming and seeing us, and we look forward to coming up in the future. All right, also in the studio, we've got from the Sierra Vista Police Department, we've got Officer Borgstack. Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
And you've got several events coming up, too.
Yeah, we call it the silly season. It's from now until through Christmas. There's a lot of events going on throughout Cochise County and in Sierra Vista. But the big event that we've got coming up next Tuesday at Veterans Memorial Park is the annual National Night Out. We've been doing this for, I think 15 years or better. It's always a great event. And I heard the sheriff talking about it earlier this morning, and he was right. I mean, every agency that you can think of throughout Cochise County is usually there. Fire, police, helicopters. We've got 2 helicopters coming in this Tuesday. The event starts at 5 p.m., kicks off right at 5 p.m. and goes to 8 p.m. The kickoff is really cool. The American Legion riders, they come in on their motorcycles with their flags, American flags. That's always a wonderful, wonderful sight to see. They come in, they park, and then we have the national anthem, and then boom, the event starts. Like I said, it's going to be great. We're going to have the Frozen T-shirt contest again this year. That's always fun. We're going to have special guests like the 501st Legion. You and I will appreciate that. That's our Star Wars fans. Yeah. They always come in and they have fantastic costumes and great photo ops with the kids. The FOP Halloween actors will be there, and I think they're going to bring in a mini haunted house again this year.
Yeah, that's always fun.
That's always fun. We'll have hot dogs, chips, and drinks available. That really is the only thing that people have to pay for if they want. And all the proceeds for that go to either Christmas with a Cop for Sierra Vista or Shop with a Cop with Cochise County. We split those proceeds in half to help kids that probably wouldn't have much of a Christmas to have something during that time frame. Music, we've got music by Urban Entertainment. DJ V will be there, and VWAD, he's now a retired Sierra Vista police officer, has had this business for a number of years. He always does a great job, providing the music and a little bit of entertainment throughout the evening. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a great time. Bring the kids out. It's kind of geared toward kids a little bit more than anything else. They get a chance to see what law enforcement, the firefighters do. We'll have canine demonstrations, probably a couple of those. Another fun thing that we see is the fire department. They've got, I think they call it a 2-minute drill, where the fire alarm goes off, they're sleeping in bed, and they got to jump up and get all their gear on in 2 minutes or less, to hit the truck and get out there. So they do that demonstration, then we'll bring some folks in from the audience and see if they can do it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. The whole event is just great, and it's from 5 to 8 at Veterans Memorial Park on Tuesday.
On Tuesday, yep. This Tuesday, yep.
All right, you also have another event coming up on Sunday. It's the Bearcat Pole. That starts at 9 a.m.
Yeah, Bearcat Pole. That goes to help Special Olympics. Another great event. I talked with Tracy Grady, Officer Tracy Grady, yesterday. She's got 20-plus teams signed up, so which is quite a few. That's a lot of teams. They get to pull the 27,000-pound, I think is what it is, Bearcat. I think they got to pull it 35 feet. And, of course, they have different categories of teams, and, of course, the fastest team wins in that category.
And you've also got an event called Faith in Blue. Tell us about that.
Yeah, Faith in Blue, that's coming up on October 6th. That'll be held at Lori's Place. And this year October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and Lori's Place does a lot to help folks out that are experiencing issues with domestic violence and a whole bunch of other things as well. They're a fantastic resource for law enforcement in Cochise County, Fort Huachuca. They help with counseling. They help with providing or doing sexual assault examinations when necessary, which is fantastic that we have them here, because without Lori's Place, we would have to go up to Tucson or even further to get something like that done.
And then another event you've got coming up is the Community Connect event, and we're going to have someone talk about that in just a bit. But I want you to remind us about Better Bucks, because that's part of that event.
Yeah, Better Bucks. Better Bucks will be there. Better Work. We'll have applications for folks if they want to fill out a Better Work application. But yeah, Better Bucks will be there. The books are actually for that event donated by the city of Sierra Vista, which is great. So anybody that comes in seeking services, come by the table. We'll give you a packet of Better Bucks. There's 5 $1 vouchers in there that can be used at various merchants in Sierra Vista. There's one of the most popular for that is the coupon for animal control. And if someone qualifies, animal control will pay for, shots, exams, spay, neutering, all kinds of stuff like that.
Okay, so you're going to stick around because I know you're going to talk a little bit later on the show again as well. But remind us one more time about National Night Out this Tuesday.
Yep, National Night Out, October 3rd, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. at Veterans Memorial Park.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
In 1940, when SSVEC
Pulse of the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
It's First Watch Now.
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. And in the studio with us now is our next guest.
Welcome back, Cochise County. And we have Leanne Schmidt for Relay for Life. So that's an event that happens every year. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing with that and what the event is.
Okay, this is our 29th year in Sierra Vista for Relay for Life. We are going to have our event this year on October 21st, and we will be having our opening ceremonies at 2 p.m. in the afternoon and running till 10 o'clock. It used to be a 24-hour event, but we have pared it down a little bit, knowing that people get tired after a while. We are hoping that we have lots of teams participating this year with us. Our teams are able to set up at 11:30 from 11:30 to 1. And then we want the trucks and everything off the field at 1:30, so we can start with our DJ. Our DJ this year is DJ Dirty Red. He has graciously decided that he would give us a try and help us out this year. He was at Festival of Southwest, so that was really awesome. This event is an event for teams to come together, survivors. We are celebrating, remembering, and fighting back against cancer. And so we have teams that get together, raise money. Last year our goal was $50,000 to raise for our event. We raised $60,000 last year. So we're very proud of that. This year again we put our goal at $50,000, and we're definitely going to reach that goal, no problem. We've had to come back a little bit like a lot of organizations, and excuse me, we've had to regroup after COVID, just as many organizations have. I'm very proud to say that Sierra Vista was the first city in Arizona to start Relay for Life with the American Cancer Society. We have an 800 number that can be called for registration and for any questions that might be needed. This is a 24/7 number that can be called for registration and any questions that anybody might have. In the middle of the night, if a cancer survivor has a question, somebody's just been diagnosed, they can call the 800 number. That's 800-227-2345. We also have a website, and we are looking for community members if they are interested in purchasing luminarias, and then the canned goods go in those luminarias to light our track around the track that the teams walk throughout the event, raising money. For luminarias and cans, Tammy Sappho can be called at 520-227-0024, or myself can be called if you've got any survivors that would like to participate in the event. And my number is 520-249-6164. I would like to mention that we do have some top companies that are involved in our event. That's Northrop Grumman. We have Chiricahua Community Health Centers. We also have Peraton. And our top teams at this point are Northrop Grumman and our Relay Rascals. We are currently at $17,331.25, but we will reach that $50,000, no problem. We raised the money to go towards research, which we don't have researchers in Sierra Vista, but that does go towards research advocacy programs and services. This event did start in 1985 in Tacoma, Washington by Dr. Gordy Klatt. He was trying to raise money for the American Cancer Society. I would really like to mention some of our top sponsors. Without our sponsors and without our community members getting involved and our volunteers is a key point to our relay. We do not have one single paid employee involved in our relay. We are all a group of volunteers. Our top sponsors for this event have been the American Legion Riders, both Sierra Vista Post 52 and Tombstone Post 24, CVMA 32-4, the American Southwest Credit Union, DJ Dirty Red, Lolly's Automotive Group, the Legacy Foundation of Southeast Arizona, RV City, Sierra Vista United Methodist Church, SSVEC. Texas Roadhouse will be once again sponsoring our survivor dinner for our survivors, and Yucca Moving, that is gracious enough to bring out our tables and chairs for us to transport them and to store them for us. Hope everybody is able to come out on October 21st. Again, our opening ceremony starts at 2 p.m. We will have the American Legion Riders, both Sierra Vista and Tombstone, and possibly also CVMA, riding into the park with their flags to start our event at 2 p.m. on that day. And then after that, we will have the mayor, we'll have our invocation. Once we do our opening ceremonies, we would like to start off with a team lap and recognizing our sponsors once again. After that, we will have our survivor lap, and then our survivors will take a picture, and then they will go over to the survivor area so that they can have their meal that is sponsored by the Texas Roadhouse. Throughout the day, we will also have other dance and entertainment, and then we will have some team laps, some fun team laps, and then other events that we will have for
other things you have going on there.
Exactly.
I'm telling you, it's going to be
I've said a lot today. So
it's a whole lot of stuff going on.
Yes, we will have we started last year our Frozen T-shirt contest, and what a hit it was. So we're having our Frozen t-shirt contest. We will make sure to do our luminary ceremony for sure, and that is just so that we can remember those that we have lost and to honor those that are still here with us. And then a big hit at the end of our relay, we're having our Mr. Relay competition, and those participants lip sync to a song, and then they go out into our crowd and collect donations, and the person that collects the most donations is crowned Mr. Relay for the year. I also want to mention that Sheriff Mark Daniels and Jeff Davenport are emceeing the event for us once again. Really appreciate that community support. Please get out and come on the day. Even if you're not registered, please stop over at the city park. It will be at Veterans Memorial Park. And again, our times on October 21st are between 2 p.m. and 10 p.m.
Okay, so if anybody wants to volunteer, make a team, help out, donate, what's the phone number they can call to kind of get all of that stuff taken care of, or the website?
Okay, the number to call, Tammy Sappho is taking care of registrations. She's taking care of cans. She's taking care of any teams that want to get involved. And also for volunteers, her number is 520-227-0024. I am in charge of all of the day's events for the survivors, and that's 520-249-6164. And our website is www.relayforlife.org/Sierra Vista AZ.
Well, thanks for coming in and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me once again, and we hope to see everybody out at the park on October 21st.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
In 1940, when
Hosted by Public Information Officer Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
On 92.3 KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. And in the studio with me now, as promised, the return of Officer Borgstaff of the Sierra Vista Police Department. We just can't get rid of you today.
I'm back.
All right, so we kind of prefaced this before, but we're here to talk about Community Connect.
Yeah, Sierra Vista Community Connect. We started this in January of 2022. And the idea behind it is to bring in a whole bunch of different service providers to one location so people seeking some type of service can just go to that one location and not have to bounce all over Sierra Vista or Cochise County. It's been a great success, and I'm happy to announce Leah Davis is with us this morning. She's been with Sierra Vista Community Connect for
Since pretty much the beginning.
Pretty much the beginning, yeah. And she's kind of taken over running the program, organizing it. It is sponsored by Sierra Vista, Better Bucks of Sierra Vista. And I'll let Leah talk about what we got going on.
Yeah, so it's Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, from 10 to 1, and we have many returning organizations that have been here over the past year, and also a couple of new ones. The classic people that have been there is Good Neighbor Alliance, Hope Incorporated, which they do a ton of stuff that I had no idea the services they offer.
Lori's Place, they've been there.
And we have the Sierra Vista School District coming this month, which they haven't been there before. They're going to have some information on the McKinney-Vento program, which is a program that helps support children that have unstable housing. So it helps keep their school life a little bit more stable than it otherwise might be.
Yeah, I think they'll also have information about the school lunch program or meal program, that have information for the free or reduced meal program if someone qualifies, which is a great thing. Man, we've had Cochise County Health Department. They've been there for a number of events. They offer vaccinations, various vaccinations. They'll take your blood pressure, talk about the services that they offer.
Yeah, also Chiricahua, just to talk about some people that are there pretty regularly. The animal shelter is there every single time. Chiricahua Community Health Center, again, Hope Incorporated, Hoops House, which is a recovery house, Oxford House. There's a lot of resources for people to find there, and oftentimes if the resource that the person is looking for is not available, the people that are there can help direct somebody to the resource that they need. So it's really beneficial for people just to show up and look around and ask questions, even if it's not for themselves, but for somebody that they may know.
Yeah, somebody that they may know. Yeah, the networking that's occurred with these organizations that attend has been amazing. They tell us that's probably one of the biggest benefit for them. Coming to the event, because now they know who does what and where they're located, and can put a face to a name type thing. We also provide lunch. Lunch kicks off about
11:30ish,
somewhere around there. So you can come in, look around, see if there's services there that might help, or you can be directed towards an area that could help out and get lunch.
And a lot of people might not want to ask for help because they don't feel, maybe they're embarrassed or whatever. So this applies to people that are homeless all the way up to people who just need a little bit of a push.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Believe it or not, there are a lot of folks in need in Sierra Vista, and they don't know where to go. So the Sierra Vista Community Connect is one of those places where we have a lot of resources available in one location, and it makes life so much easier to go and seek those services.
And even if you're in one of those positions, this is a great place to go to see what the community offers around here, because maybe there's a service you didn't even know you had access to.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
There have been several times when people come in and, I didn't know you offered that. Also, just a little plug, if anybody has the time or is willing to help, we always could use volunteers on Tuesdays from, let's say, around 9 to 2-ish. Just if you want to volunteer at a future event, just show up this coming Tuesday, and we'll get you going.
Yeah.
All right. Invite everybody out to the event this Tuesday.
Go ahead.
Oh, you want me to?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't know what we were doing.
All right,
So,
watch this. This is the master.
Okay.
Officer Borkstead's
I got
going to
it.
show you how.
Thanks a
following
lot.
Scott's lead.
Next time it's yours, okay?
Okay, next time it's mine.
All right, so
Borkstead.
Sierra Vista Community Connect will be held next Tuesday at the Ethel Berger Center, located at 2950 East Tacoma Street in Sierra Vista. The event goes from 10 till 1 p.m.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch with the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Hosted by Cochise County Public Information Officers Carol Kappas and Grady Butler.
Join us again next Friday morning, 7 to 8 a.m.
First Watch.
What you need to know from the Cochise County Sheriff's Office.
Only on 92.3 KWCD.